This little floral painting became one of my most loved reels on Instagram, so today I'm recreating it for you as a complete step-by-step tutorial. I'm painting on 100% cotton cold pressed watercolor paper using a round synthetic brush and Prussian blue. You can find more details about all the materials in the description below. Before I begin, I like to test the color on a spare piece of watercolor paper. I want this first layer to be quite light and transparent, so I'm adding more water until I'm happy with the value. Now I'm painting the first petal as a simple loose shape. While it's still wet, I'm dropping a little more concentrated pigment into the base and allowing the color to spread naturally. Try not to control it too much. Those soft transitions are part of what makes watercolor so beautiful. Then I repeat the same process to create a few more shapes, starting with a light wash and then adding a touch of deeper blue at the base. You can add as many as you like, but remember to leave some open space between them. We'll be adding more layers on top, and that breathing room will help the final composition feel balanced. Now we have to let this layer dry completely before we paint more layers on top. You can speed this process up by using a hair dryer or craft heating tool. And one way to check whether it's dried or not is to tilt your paper towards the light. And if you don't see any reflections, it's an indication that the layer is dried. And now I repeat the same process as before, grabbing a light wash of blue and painting these overlapping petals. The secret here is to keep it light, not overwork the layers too much. And again, I grab more pigment and apply it to the bottom. This is actually very similar to the kind of lessons we paint inside my beginner floral watercolor course. So if you would like to learn more simple flowers like this, you will find the link in the description. Now this layer has to dry again, and then I pick up a fineliner. This one is a waterproof fineliner from Ohuhu, and loosely draw these lines for the stems. And from now on, depending on how much space I have, I go a bit back and forth and add more flowers and leaves. And one good thing about waterproof fine liners is that they won't reactivate with water. So if you want to use it in watercolor paintings where there might be a bit back and forth like I'm doing here, it's a safer choice because sometimes we might happen to touch it with the brush and then the ink will reactivate it if it's not waterproof and then flow into the watercolor area and create a muddy look. Now it's time for the final details. I always love adding a few splatters at the end. They bring a little movement to the painting and help tie everything together. Just load your brush with plenty of water and pigment, then gently tap it to create a soft splatter across the background. And finally, the gold. I absolutely love this combination of deep blue and gold. Before you start, add a few drops of water to your gold paint and let it sit for a minute or two. That gives it time to soften so it becomes nice and creamy, making it much easier to paint those beautiful shiny details. If this style of painting brings you a little bit of joy and you would like to paint more together, I've put together a beginner-friendly floral watercolor course filled with simple floral projects and gentle watercolor techniques. If you would like to learn more, you will find the link in the description below. Thank you so much for spending this time with me, and I will see you again soon.